I can't help but feel a sense of loss when I see that picture, not just for what we had, but for the person I used to be when I was with you. That picture is like a window into a time when life felt simpler and love felt real. When I see that picture of us, I realize that time has a way of erasing things, feelings, memories, even people. And as much as I want to hold on to what we had, I know it's slipping through my fingers, never to return. That photo captures a version of us that seems so perfect, so right. But when I look at it now, I can't help but feel like something was missing back then, something that neither of us could have seen coming. I wish I could say that looking at that picture brings back only happy memories, but it doesn't. It brings a mix of sadness, regret, and longing for a time when we were whole before everything started falling apart. That picture was taken when everything felt like it had a future. But now, when I look at it, all I see is a past that's long gone, and I'm left to wonder if the future we talked about was just an illusion. Every time I see that photo, I'm reminded of how quickly things change, how easily love can slip away without either of us realizing it, and how a single picture can hold more meaning than words ever could. I look at that picture and I realize that I miss the person I was when we were together. Not just you, but the version of me that believed in us, that believed in love. Now, I'm not sure if I still do. That photo was taken in a moment of pure joy, but when I see it now, I'm reminded that joy doesn't always last. And sometimes, the happiest moments are just fleeting glimpses of what could have been. There was a time when that picture was all I needed to feel happy, to feel loved. But now, when I look at it, I feel the distance between us, the silence that grew louder as time passed. That old picture of us reminds me of who we were, but it also serves as a painful reminder of who we've become. Two people who no longer fit together, no longer understand each other the way we once did. When I see that picture, I feel like I'm looking at a love story that never got its happy ending, a story that was full of promise, but ultimately left with too many unanswered questions and too much pain. Sometimes I think about what might have happened if we had stayed the way we were in that picture. But deep down, I know that people change, and sometimes love changes with them. That picture captures a moment of joy, but now all I see is a reminder of everything that's been lost, of the love that once was and now seems so distant, like a dream fading away with the morning light. When I look at that photo, I see not just two people in love, but two people who didn't know what the future would hold. And now, as I face the reality of where we are, I wonder if we could have ever seen it coming. That picture used to make me smile, but now it makes me ache. It's a snapshot of a time when things felt right, but now all I feel is the emptiness left by something that can never be recreated. Looking at that photo is like reading a chapter of a book I never finished. It's full of hope, full of love, but it's also incomplete, and that's what makes it so painful to revisit. When I see that picture, I realize how much time has passed and how much has changed. We were once so sure of each other, so certain that love would keep us together, but now all that's left is a picture of what we used to be. That photo makes me realize how fragile love is, how it can slip through your fingers without warning. One moment you're in each other's arms, and the next you're left holding nothing but a memory. I can't help but feel a sense of loss when I see that old picture of us. It's like a reminder of everything we were supposed to be, everything we could have been, but never will be again. Every time I look at that photo, I'm reminded of a love that felt like it would last forever. But now I'm left with the painful reality that forever isn't promised. And sometimes love just isn't enough. That picture of us once represented everything I wanted, everything I dreamed of, but now it's just a symbol of what we lost and what I can never get back. When I see that photo, I'm reminded that love isn't always eternal. Sometimes it fades, and the only thing left is the memory of what once was. It's both beautiful and heartbreaking. That picture reminds me of a time when I believed in us, when I believed that love could conquer everything. Now, all I have is the echo of that belief and the reality that we couldn't make it work. Looking at that old picture is like opening a door to the past, but now I see it through a different lens. The love we shared once feels so distant, and I wonder if it was ever truly as perfect as I remember. There's something about looking at an old photo of us, the way our smiles seemed endless, that brings both warmth and pain. It's as if the memories are holding on to me, but the present is a cold reminder that we've changed. I don't know why it hurts so much to see that picture of us. Maybe it's because it was a time when love felt so simple, so real. Now, all that's left is the ghost of what once was, and it's haunting me in a way I can't explain. Every time I see an old photo of us, it's like a wave of nostalgia crashes over me. I remember when we laughed together, when we had dreams we believed in. Now, those dreams feel so distant, and I wonder where we went wrong. That picture we took together used to be a symbol of everything good in my life. Now, it's a painful reminder of all the things we lost and all the love that faded away without either of us noticing. When I see that picture, I don't just see us. I see the version of ourselves that we both wanted to be. I see the promise we made to each other, and it stings because I know we couldn't keep it. Looking at the photo, I can't help but feel that familiar ache in my chest. It's like time has moved on, but that moment we shared is stuck in the past, and I'm left here wondering what went wrong. The more I stare at that picture, the more I realize that I'm not just grieving the loss of a relationship, I'm grieving the loss of a version of myself that was happy and full of hope when we were together. There's a sadness that comes with seeing an old picture of us, but it's not just because we're no longer together. It's because that version of us was so full of love, and now we're both just shadows of what we once were. Seeing us in that picture brings 1,000 emotions to the surface. Love, hope, happiness, all the things we once shared. But what hurts the most is knowing that time and distance took all that away. I look at that photo and I can't help but wonder if we were ever truly meant to be. We looked so happy in that moment, but now all I have are the memories and a heart that still aches for something that can never return. That picture represents a time when I believed we were invincible, but now, seeing it, I realize that nothing lasts forever. Not love, not people, and not even the moments that once felt eternal. I keep coming back to that photo, searching for answers I'll never find. What went wrong? Where did we drift apart? All I have now is the image of us together and the painful reminder that we're no longer the same. The sight of that photo tugs at my heart in ways I can't explain. I thought we'd always be together, that we'd be one of those couples who defied time, but now all that's left is a picture and a hollow feeling. When I saw that picture, I didn't just see the past. I saw all the words we never said, all the feelings we never expressed. It's like a lifetime of unspoken thoughts is hidden in that one snapshot, and it breaks me. It's strange how a picture can bring back so many feelings, feelings that you thought you'd buried deep inside. When I look at that old photo of us, I feel both warmth and sorrow, as if time has trapped me in that moment. That photo was taken when life seemed so simple, and love was all we needed. Now, looking at it, I realize that sometimes love isn't enough to keep two people together, and that thought hurts more than I ever expected. The photo captures a moment of perfect joy, but when I look at it now, I can't help but feel the emptiness that has replaced that joy. We may have been happy once, but now it feels like the pieces don't fit anymore. I wonder if we would have made different choices had we known that picture would be the last of us together. Would we have loved harder? Would we have fought for each other longer? Or was it simply meant to end? I see us in that photo, and I can't help but feel like we've both changed, not just physically, but in ways I can't even put into words. Maybe that's the hardest part, that we're no longer who we once were. That picture of us feels like a relic from another life, a life where love was easy and time didn't slip away unnoticed. But now it's like a reminder that even the best things fade, and the past becomes a place we can never return to. When I see that old picture of us, I'm filled with a sense of longing. I miss who we were, who we could have been. But I also know that we can never go back, and that's the hardest truth to accept. Looking at that picture, I feel like I'm staring into a different version of myself. The person I was when I was with you, carefree, hopeful, believing in forever. But now I'm left with the reality that forever doesn't always last. Sometimes I wonder if we were ever truly happy or if we were just holding on to a dream that was never meant to be. That picture shows two people who seemed to have it all. But now I wonder if we were both just pretending.